Hi everybody, my name is Shannon and you're watching Saturday Stash Dive Finding Treasure. This whole series is about looking at the yarns that we already own. All of this gorgeousness all around me. Whatever your stash is, if it's one skein, if it's 100 skeins, if you have been collecting, curating your collection like I have for literally decades, you might have a little bit more. I have seen people who have yarn stashes that make mine look like child's play. And I have seen people that are just getting started and they have 1 or 2 skeins. It doesn't matter. You found a treasure. You did. You went around, you found something, whether you got it at a thrift store and you got somebody else's treasure that they weren't interested in anymore. Yes, I definitely donate some of my yarn and I have definitely picked up yarn at thrift stores. So whether it's that or whether you've been collecting like I have for literally decades, you have something. So what I wanted to do is to pull out a few balls of my yarn, skeins of my yarn. These are labeled this week. I think some of them are going to be unlabeled. It's just, that's how that goes. And look at them and talk about them and see what can we do with those types of things and fall in love with what we have all over again. So last week I talked about making a basket to display these beautiful yarns and show them to you, but I didn't get around to it. I was working on something else. So I've got the next best thing. Haha, Grandma's sewing tin, right? Right? If you know, you know. So here's some of the yarns that I'm looking at this week. I'll get a basket done soon enough. Well, I pulled these together and look at this. Look at that. Look at that sock monkey pattern. Why haven't I not made the sock monkey? I literally got the yarn to make the sock monkey. Back in the day, I've not made the sock monkey. That is a sad thing. So I have plenty of this gorgeous marl. This is patents. This is a wool. You can use acrylic. You can use whatever you have. I just happen to have, it must have been on sale because I got the pattern sheet and I got the yarn that day. This is a Patent Classic wool. You can felt with this if you do like to felt. This is 100% wool. It will felt up beautifully. So you do have other options. Let's see, what do we have on here? It's 100 grams, 3.5 ounces. It is 205 meters, 223 yards. So a really good number 4 weight. I think it feels great. I like the feel of wool. Not everybody does. But I've got the gorgeous marl. I've got this. Look at that. Look at the speckles on that. That's got blue speckles in. I believe I got that so I could do a monkey with it too. So this is just Aran color. And this is the Aran tweed. So as the main body, here I've got the off-white. These are specs are the same. So this is Aran Blanc, so white. And I don't know, I probably used the red for something else, but that's okay. I have some Lana Loft. This is also a wool, 100% wool yarn. This is a number 4. This is Brown Sheep Company. 100% wool, 100 grams, 160 yards per skein. So yeah, you don't have quite as many yards. I would still mix them. You know, the weight, they're still number 4s. One has a little bit more towards it, so this might be a little bit thicker. I would still mix them, not a problem. So I've got all my colors. Look at that. And here's a nice typical black. So why is it just sitting on one of my shelves? Look at that. I have all the things, and I will link this pattern. You can still get it on Yarnspiration's site. It is also free on Ravelry. So if you, like me, have these gorgeous yarns sitting in your stash, do something with them. Oh, there's a lot of other monkey patterns. Okay, obviously this one's knit. I went looking and I did search, just Google search on free sock monkey patterns. And there are a lot of sites that have crochet and knit sock monkeys and all sorts of things. You've got blankets, you have slippers, you have stuffed critters. There are a big variety. Look at this one. Okay, ring light's showing. I gotta work on that. At least I'm putting the monkey in the middle of the ring light. That's kind of cool. So this Christmas ornament, I made one of those back in the day and I used this color with it and it was so cute. Absolutely adorable. So that's a free pattern too. I'll go ahead and link that. Again, those are knitting, but you can do the same thing crocheting. Why does it have to be knit or crochet? You could do both. You could mix them if you wanted to. So lots of fun, neat things along that line to use that yarn. And if you like to felt, again, that felts. You can make slippers with that. You can make all sorts of amazing things. Purses, bags, wonderful. One of the other things I wanted to do is single skeins. If you've been collecting like I have, or you can see right here, that's why we're going to go over some other things that, aren't even labeled, partial skeins and things, scraps. What are you going to do with those? Since I've been doing the mystery yarn challenge, I look at my scraps a whole lot different, but I've got some full skeins of things. This, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. It's gorgeous. It's about a sport weight. Fingerings, maybe a sport weight. I think that right there, if you are uncomfortable working with smaller yarns, double it. There's no rules. Just double it. But this right here, I think would be fantastic with stranded color work. Put a white with it, or another color, a primary color or something along that line. Stripe it and let this do the talking. You could do that with either single crochet or double crochet. I mean, crocheting or knitting. So I've seen the mosaic crochet. Hello, that would be fantastic with this nice yarn just kind of moving through like this. Oh my goodness. And then I also grabbed, look at that gorgeous red. That is a single skein. This I picked up in somebody else's stash. One skein. What are you going to do with it? I think donation hat would be absolutely perfect. This is 50 grams. It's 160 meters. It's at 175 yards. It is machine washable. What are the contents? Produced exclusively for Universal Yarns. Merino wool. Super wash merino wool. Beyond grabbing this in somebody else's stash, no clue. But I thought that would be such a fun one for color work. This is a dark gray, no label, not really sure. I think it might be a Knit Picks Brava, don't really know. It doesn't matter. Wouldn't those be great put together in a color work pattern, either crochet or knit? You have all these extras, this one-offs, these skeins. For that matter, this too. This was in somebody else's stash that I was able to pick up. One skein, 50 grams, probably not a whole lot of yardage. It's a specialty yarn, I'm sure, 60 meters. I'm not sure how many yards that is, but it's a specialty type yarn. It's a fancy yarn. That's a name brand. That cost somebody a lot of money. Didn't cost me a lot of money, but it cost somebody else a lot of money. But this can be your accent. It's a thicker yarn. Look at that. Nice, thicker. So if you were to do, since I've just got this in front of me, this gray, make a gray hat and then trim right here and put some shells on it if you're going to do crochet. Or I love baubles. We know I love baubles. You can put some baubles or some texture stitch or something like that if you're going to do knit. That would be stunning. And if you're going to donate it, make somebody feel fancy. Just because you're donating something doesn't mean it has to be not the best. It's like, oh, I just want to crank things out. I just want to make something and get it off my needles or hooks or something along that line. You can still put your absolute best into something. And I believe that person will feel your intention, feel your love, feel your energy in the gift that they receive. So regardless what you do, always put your best into it, 100%. So these are just some of the things that I was looking at this week on what do I have that's been languishing? What's been sitting around for just too long? What do you think? Should we make a monkey? Are you guys going to make a monkey? Knit and or crochet? Do you have some single skeins of yarn that's just not labeled? You're not even sure. This came from somebody else's stash. If it was mine and unlabeled, chances are I'd know what it was. It's weird that way. I love my yarn. But this was somebody else's. No clue. Absolutely gorgeous. Don't know the content of it, right? Don't know the color, the brand, but it's stunning. So why is it just sitting there? Love what you have. Find your treasures. Tell me what you found this week. I want to know. Thanks, everybody. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.